Welcome back to another Sims 4 video. Today, we're going to be building a house. Just building here in Brindleton Bay. I think I just wanted to build like a family house. Just like the good old days. No real reason. And I always liked Brindleton Bay. I was looking around at all the different worlds where I wanted to build. And I always come back to Brindleton Bay being one of my favorite worlds. And I was kind of inspired. I know it's maybe you might think it's kind of ugly. I was kind of inspired by this house back here where it's like so simple. Like the structure is just basically a big rectangle. It's got the deck on it, but I wanted to do something like that combined with, where's the other one I saw? This one over here where it's got like the decks around both levels. I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know if that's really gonna work and what it's gonna look like here, but we'll give it a go. Also, if you didn't see, the other day there was a game update that allows us to mess around with stairs, like making them sort of kind of curved like this, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty sure, I haven't actually tested in gameplay, but I'm pretty sure Sims will still just walk straight in the middle. They won't like use these bits. But it's kind of a fun like detail to add onto the stairs. And it actually does curve the wall at the bottom. And this is like a different kind of curve to like curved walls. So you can see it pulls out at different angles. Hang on, it's kind of hard to see what the heck I'm doing. It has like different levels of curvature, which I know that the walls under stairs aren't like real walls, but it gives me hope for future improvements into wall technology. Anyway, as cool as that is, I don't think I'm really gonna be using that in this build. It definitely seems like more of a grand kind of house thing. So actually one thing I want to combine with this is over on my website, I have a lot of like random generators. This one here, the random challenge generator, has a bunch of different stuff, but I'm actually just gonna go to the Creator Sim family challenge. I'm not gonna make this family, but I'm gonna use it to figure out how many rooms and how many Sims are gonna be living in the house, just so we have something to aim for. So I'm just gonna click this like 3 times. An adult and 3 teenagers. Okay, let's do that. That's our minimum that we want to fit in. I'm not worrying about anything else. That's not related. But I just kind of wanted to have some sort of goal that we're building towards. So, first of all, we're going to start with the basic shit wall. Those walls are tall. I guess I was messing with the stairs, so it's like super duper tall. Okay, so I guess if I'm gonna do we just do a deck all the way around? That's kind of what that other house had. And we are kind of on a waterway, even though we're raised up a little bit, I could still see this house maybe being raised up, like having the main living space on the 2nd level. Kind of like when we built the houses down by the docks a while ago. So maybe we just do something super simple. And then what if we had like, I don't know if this is gonna work how I want it to work or like look how I want it to look, but we're in the messing around stage where I've sort of shrunken the lower floor, which I actually think it's kind of, maybe it's pushing more Tudor style. Maybe we can just go back to that, but then have, I want to do a couple things out the back. So I think I want to have a section that does stick out because I want to have a pretty big deck like on the top level. I think that'd be cool. I don't know if I want to use this cats and dogs fence for it, but that's what I'm using right now. And then I think we'll just go around the whole thing, kind of like those other builds. Oh, that's the wrong level. We're just looking at around the world. Well, they're not real builds, but the decorative builds. We're just gonna bring this all the way around. And it's kind of similar to what I've done in Brindleton Bay before. I guess, does this stick out on the side here as well? Maybe I should actually end it before then. I'm just having a look at the other builds, because do they have chimneys and stuff around here? I feel like they should do, but to be honest, I'm not really, not that these are real houses anyway, but there's maybe one chimney over there. Wait, that's so weird. My mouse is over here, but my wall tool's wait, what the heck? And then when my mouse is over here, my wall tool's over there. What? That's so weird. Not that, again, that matters, but that's just interesting. Okay, I was just thinking, because I could use like a chimney structure as a natural maybe break in this decking, so I'll get rid of that. And then maybe, what if we made it thinner on the side, just so then that would line up with the chimney there? Okay, kind of makes sense. It's just a big rectangle. That's all we got going. Because I think it's always interesting when you start off with something so simple, but you can make it look more interesting. It also means you don't have to build something super complex. Like, I don't know, when I was looking at this, like it is kind of ugly, but in kind of a good way. Like it's interesting, it's basically a big square, but it works. So I kind of like that. So what if I actually just continued up? We do like a third level. I just want to make this square, so down to there, okay. So if we have like a square here, chimney continues up. In fact, I'm gonna do this, so it's gonna get smaller. Then we have this 3rd level, and then I can do a roof similar to that one over there, where it's like this. So we kind of had that. Maybe even make it taller and then do like a roof like that where we have another level up here. And then we get a 4th level in. I don't know if I'm going over the top here, but I'm just kind of seeing what we can do here. Like what if I get a 4th level right here? Kind of works. Continue the chimney up. And then it will find the chimney, the chimney will finally breach the roof up here. Go like this. This needs to be lower than that other roof, so that will come down. You want it tucked underneath like that. And then, yeah, that'll be the top of our chimney, finally. Do we have a cats and dogs one? Let me see. We do. There's this one. Actually, that's too big. That's not even a chimney. This is just a roof decoration. I think I can scale this down and it still works. I'm not entirely sure, but we're going to do it anyway. And just like pop that there. Okay. We do have a problem where the front is incredibly ugly. But I think, okay, this is kind of where we start experimenting. So let's do the roof. And I think even though there's no section where it sticks out, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab the roof. The roof is gonna go all the way through because what that's gonna do, that's gonna add an eave all the way along the front, and that just does make it look more interesting. But we'll lower that down. And then I think the next thing I need to do is add like a porch roof. And then I think we're gonna start getting somewhere because that is pretty ugly, but it's kind of cool. I mean, am I crazy? I don't know, maybe I've lost my mind, I'm not sure. It's certainly something different than I've not done before. And I think that's what makes it fun and interesting, at least to me. I'm curious to see how this turns out, honestly. It's one of those times, I think we gotta trust the process. Now, so I have the chimney there. I don't want this to go all the way through the chimney. What I was thinking of doing is, I was looking at a bunch of members, YouTube channel members builds, because recently we've been building out a members save game where I'm getting my YouTube channel members to build a lot in every single world in the game. So every member gets their own lot and we sort of go through. Anyway, I just looked at one recently in Windenburg where they had the chimney and they were using the roof as like a way to make the chimney sort of go from wider into thinner, which is always a good technique. I've done it a few times before and I really like it. So I was gonna do the same thing here. So in fact, I think I should paint this because I think it's gonna help what we're looking at right now. Because it's kind of, is there a cats and dogs brick that matches that, or is that like a base game brick? I'm kind of confused. I think it's base game. Oh, I think it's this brick. Which is, yeah, here, hang on, I think it's this one. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, if we have this going all the way down, kind of cool. I actually do kind of like that. And then maybe that's kind of similar, just to try and make it look blend in with it a little bit. I don't know if I love that one, but whatever, you get the idea. Okay, and then for the porch roof, basically, I think I'm gonna have to use this one that has like the wall edge on this side, because then we can bring that all the way up to the chimney, and then that'll go all the way along. And then we'll just combine this with a regular hipped roof on this side for the porch. Bring that all the way down, bring that along, and then this will stretch all the way out. But this one is not gonna stick out. So that'll go to there. And then I don't think I'm gonna have a roof over this section, so we'll just have a porch roof over all that bit. Okay, so then the next thing we need to do, because it looks incredibly tall, which is kind of the point, we need to basically make the lower level almost look shorter, which I think will happen with columns and maybe even a darker color down there. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm actually going to set these as white for now, which I know I just said darker colors, but let's just do, oh, that's not, oh no, that's right. So it'd be like this all the way along. I'm just doing them, oops, 2 squares apart to see what that looks like. Oh. Except it doesn't work on the side because it's not divisible by 2, all right. That does throw a little spanner in the works, but that's okay. We'll just leave a larger gap in the middle. And then the question is, do we just follow that same line, whoops, upper level? Okay. I actually do think that does help. I mean, it's certainly interesting looking. I kind of like it. I don't know if I'm fully sold on it. I also don't think I want this eave here sticking out on the side because I don't think that particularly works. So I'm gonna hold down shift just to bring in this side. And that will just clean up that edge a little bit because I don't think we need the roof sticking out there. And in fact, does it stick? No, you can't see it sticking out down there, which I'm just gonna hold shift and actually bring that back in anyway, just so it doesn't do that. Okay, good. And then what I will do, because just looking at that there, I think we need to add a porch roof because you can see, it's not really a huge issue, but if you ever go first person camera, you can see when you look up, you can kind of see through a gap in the roof. And I really don't like leaving those gaps. It doesn't matter for anything other than if you look at that specific angle, but I know it's there. So I always like to add the ceiling. So we just get the flat floor tile piece and then we just drag it along and cover up that section. We'll just do it the same on all the porches, just cover all the porches and then that'll give us a ceiling. And also if you have flooring like this, it means we could also do a floor trim around it if we wanted to. So now that we have a floor there we go. We look up, you can see you got the ceiling there, and we can paint that a different floor tile if we want. And then all around the edge here as well, you can see how the columns kind of stick out and they don't even really touch the roof. I could extend the roof eave, but the problem with that, I think, was that it will then stick out the side there. And if I do it on this one as well, it sort of comes in front of the chimney. So that's kind of why I was leaving it. Although an extended porch roof like that does look better, but we could also do a floor trim like this In this case, we'll just leave it white for now. And then that'll cover up where those columns are. So that sort of fills that gap as well. And then likewise, we could also do a roof trim on top of that. So it sort of covers up those details. I don't know if I want this roof trim, but it's just what I've selected. I'm not gonna do it on these ones though, by the chimney, because I don't think it makes sense. Okay. It actually kind of cool. Like, I kind of like this. Because yeah, we've got elements of that build, obviously, and then of the other one there where we had the balconies, which I think what I need to do, let's get some, I don't know what color I'm going for here. Do we go like the dark wood, like was on the other one? The Adventure Awaits deck is honestly this is like my favorite thing from Adventure Awaits. I mean, there's some other good things in that pack too, but I love this decking. It's a little rich in color though. Like if we could do that one, but I was thinking of bringing the color down more. Although actually, hang on, this does have pretty similar, a pretty similar wood tone actually. The more sort of creamy color rather than white. White is pretty crisp, but I'm wondering if maybe the off-white is a better option. Okay, so we've got that off-white color all the way around now. Also added the decking down the bottom, which I think helps. Now, I think I want to have stairs. Do I want them sticking straight out the front? Because I think I want the main entrance to be on the second level. Or do I want to do that? I think I do. I think I want that to be like the main level. And then this is almost like a basement, but obviously not, because it's not a basement. But like it's a level that they maybe added because they could, you know? Because the house is originally elevated for like flooding or whatever, and then they're like, who cares about flooding? Let's just add stuff down the bottom. Well, what material? They're kind of using, all the siding sort of material over there. And then what was the other one using? Also that kind of siding material. Okay, yeah. So we do have this off-white color and then like a white trim. Although that's kind of weird because our columns are actually the off-white color. So I'm wondering if I should actually not use, I was gonna use the one with the edge trimming, but I'm actually thinking I should use the one without the edge trimming. And maybe even just do a blue or something. I don't know, let's see what this looks like. I don't know if I'm gonna like this or not. I haven't figured out yet if I'm gonna like it. I mean, maybe we just go the default. It's kind of cool. I have no idea what I'm doing with all the space in this house, by the way. It's a pretty big house. I wasn't setting out to build a giant house today, but I guess here we are. All right, let's move this back because like I said, I think I want to have the stairs out the front here. Kept that tree just. I got to adjust the terrain paint, but that's all right. So cats and dogs stairs. We had stairs, right? Or maybe it's just a railing we had. Well, the question is, well, hang on, where am I even doing the entrance? Probably in this building. I could do this and then have like cool curved stairs. That doesn't really make sense with this build, but I kind of like it. And then we can use the cats and dogs railing, which will do like a weird curve on this. Actually, I noticed on some of the railings, it actually has like a completely different railing here. See how it's like the normal cats and dogs one there with the cross, and then it like changes to a different railing. So if you go back to like a regular stair, it has the 3 crosses, but when it bends, which I guess makes sense, it needs a smaller piece, but I didn't even know that it had that piece, so there you go. I mean, it's kind of cool that it's doing that. It's not even centered though, because the roof peak is there. I guess if I'm gonna do like a grand staircase, should I center it maybe? It'd have to be like this then, right? It looks a little ridiculous though, but is that a good thing? Maybe if I do a little less of a flare, like maybe more like that, just like yeah, that's probably better. I kind of think once you get out to this realm, that's getting a little too royal, but like there, like a little flare, that's okay. Could also flare the top a little bit if we wanted. Oh, it does something weird with this. Actually, I didn't even consider that. That is kind of weird. So you'd want to flare it enough to meet a full tile, then remove those. Okay, let's not flare the top. That gets complicated very quickly. Maybe the stairs could be brick underneath. Does that make sense? So it kind of goes with that. And then maybe, because I just kind of think, it seems weird that the stairs just kind of, I don't know, it kind of just touched nothing. So maybe just having a little solid section there. And then we could have like a downstairs entrance on this wall there. Maybe makes sense. All right, what's happening with these columns? Because obviously that's kind of messed stuff up. Maybe we just move it here. So then it starts off with a 3 gap. I'll just get rid of that one. That probably just makes sense. And then that's a gap of 2. It does mean that this gap doesn't really line up, but does that matter? I don't think so. We should probably have spandrels, right? Yeah, go on then. What is life without a spandrel? You know what I mean? Actually, you probably don't know what I mean. I don't even know what I mean. We'll get these here, and then I'm gonna do spandrel there, and then we remove the fence underneath that spandrel. Yeah, nice. It just adds a little extra oomph, you know what I mean? Look at that. And all down here too. Gives it some more structure. Lovely. Yeah, okay. It's starting to look better. I'm gonna be honest, the stairs probably are a little ridiculous, but because it's new, I wanna do that. They're probably a little much, but you know, whatever. Okay, that's gonna go there. somewhere. I don't know, I'll have to figure that out. I almost want to do, can I do like, is there like a fence that isn't this one, but that is also tall and is like a screen almost? Because I kind of want this to be like a screened off. Oh wait, what about windows? Because some of the windows kind of act like screens too, don't they? Like if we used, where's the not this one, but kind of like that. I think it's that, yeah, this. See, it has like, it almost creates like a screen if you have it this way. Because it's like, at least in Australia, like the, I kind of want to keep all that stuff there, but then also have windows. How could I, I could use half walls, use move objects. Yeah, okay. So if I do this, it looks a little silly. Then I get the window. I don't know if this is... In Australia, we have houses called Queenslanders because they're from the state of Queensland. And they're all houses built up on stilts. And then because of, flooding and hurricanes and stuff, so the house itself is fine. But then typically what a lot of them will do is they'll screen in the lower level so that you could use it as storage or whatever else. So I'm thinking... hang on, let me change the color before I place more of these. If we combine these, I don't know if this is gonna look good or not. I haven't figured that bit out yet. Let's just do that a little bit. But then you have the screen. Okay, this is definitely looking, I'm definitely getting like Queenslander vibe, but I kind of like it. Do we do it all the way around? I don't know. So the idea is I'm gonna remove this half wall after I put the window, because I'm just using it to place the windows, because they kind of snap to it a little bit easier. This is either a great idea or a really bad idea. I'm not sure which one it is yet. And then I should be able to click on the wall, remove the half wall. There you go. And that, remove wall, and then click on this. Okay, so the windows will stay there even with the walls down, which is fine. But it means that that whole section down there is kind of screened in. I haven't done that section yet. I was just wondering if I like that. I think that's kind of a cool look. It definitely is giving more Queenslander than, I guess, New England, Brindleton Bay vibe. But does that matter? I don't think so. We're having fun here. We're trying something new. I'm gonna do the same over here just so it's consistent. I'm not sure what I'm doing about a door down here now because I said I was gonna do like a door on the side, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that now. The cool thing about this is because even though these are windows, which I guess would typically be on a wall, which would mean that this is all inside, it's not actually in classes inside. So that means when we do put normal windows down here, we still get proper lighting in here with that second layer of windows. So it doesn't have like a weird like dark lighting to it, which you would get if we left like a full wall here. I'm kind of wondering now if I should have just built this in Gibby Point. Although the whole top half is kind of like one of those houses, so. I'm really not sure about the flared stairs. I don't think that goes, but I like it, so we're doing it. All right, well, around the back, I'm gonna grab these stairs. I think we're gonna have stairs coming down off this balcony somewhere. I think I'll just do a single row of stairs like that. I don't think, oh, that's kind of annoying. I can't remove. Hang on, let me get this over here. I'm gonna adjust the stairs first so it doesn't have anything underneath, and then put it there. Oh yeah, this is so good. The stair update, because yeah, before we'd have the railing like that where it looks ridiculous, but now I can just say left rail, don't need a right one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was actually wondering, because ages ago, I don't know if you guys remember, I think we were talking about it in a video where they did an update where the railings on stairs got worse again. Like there was a time where if you had a wall, I don't know if you remember, this was a few years ago now, I think, but if you had a wall here, the game would automatically remove the railing on this side. And that just stopped working one day, like maybe a year ago, maybe more than that now. It's honestly hard to keep track of time. This game is so old. But it was very weird and very strange. But I think now it makes sense because I think probably what happened when that stopped working with the wall, they probably started building this functionality into the game at that time, but it obviously was not done or released until now. And thank God, because like, yeah, the railing's so much better now. And the fact that you can sort of say exactly how long you want the railing to be on each side, like, I mean, that's so cool. I don't know why I want to do that in this case, but the fact that I can, great, amazing. Anyway, so in this case, fantastic. That works like perfectly with this, doesn't it? And actually, the cool thing about this screen is if I wanted a door to the balcony, I could just be like, okay, let's remove that one. There you go. There's a way in. But I don't think I want to do it that there. That's cool. I like that. I actually really like this. Okay, should we do some windows and figure out the door? Actually, maybe I should I do the layout? It's sometimes hard to know if you should do the layout or like what you do first. Anyway, I had an adult and 3 teens. So anyway, we're gonna level all the way up the top. So I gotta figure out how this is gonna work. Got a big chimney there, so that's good. We've got a lot of space downstairs, so it almost seems silly to not make this a main part of the house. But I definitely think because we have the stairs coming up here, this is gonna be kitchen, living, dining, right? So how can we do this? First of all, I think this door works great. happy birthday door, beautiful, simple door, looks good. We also have like these kind of doors, but I kind of think I want to go a little bit more simple, I think, on it, because I think that helps. Although we have the off-white color. That one's off-white. Actually, that kind of matches. I don't think it's quite the same color, but that matches better than pure white because we've kind of got off-white and everything except for the stairs, I guess. I'm just going to paint this so I know that that's the chimney, even though quite clearly it is, but just so I know, and up there as well. Because I would like to utilize this, hopefully on all 3 floors. So if we come in here, let's have a look. We have, what I think would be good here is a big door. We either do the one that's always open like this, although that's actually kind of a small door when you look at it. Or we do like the big sliding door, which actually maybe is better. I'm gonna do it this way. Do I like that? I think so, I think that works. Nice big door right there, goes whoop. So that'll slide this way, meaning I don't have to keep this area open for the door because the door opening is actually on this side. Although actually that's not a good idea. I'm actually gonna go the other way. because I think if this is going to become a sitting area, which it definitely will be, it'd be annoying. So we kind of want you to be able to walk through here. So then I think if we can get like dining here, living, and then I guess kitchen over here somewhere. It's kind of a little squished that way, but I think it'll work. So let's just get some stuff in. Is there one that matches that? There actually isn't. I think that one's supposed to match, but I guess we don't actually need that brick in the wall. Ignore the brick in the wall, get rid of that. Let's just say that. And then I just need some couches to put down here for scale. And hang on, I need to go into, because sometimes it's hard to tell like what size a room is until you really get stuff in there. Let's get this one. Ignore the actual couches I'm putting in here right now. I'm just so we can kind of get a feel for the size of this sitting area. So I think that's, ideally if we could do that, obviously we'd move that, but whatever. But that would be like a sitting area. And then the door's there. So I think dining would be behind that. Now, I guess the question is, I also need stairs actually. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. Like, do we break up the room with stairs in the middle? Because I gotta actually get up. I gotta get up. So maybe stairs do need to go here somewhere. It's like up and down. Or they would have to go, you'd open the door. We've got to have stairs in the corner there, maybe? It actually does not fit. Oh, unless actually, hang on. No, wait, it might do. Do this, but have it come back up again. Oh, no, that doesn't fit. That's no good. That's no good. That's the only way it would fit there. So I guess it's not gonna go there. I'll get those out of there. Might be able to go up here though, actually. Let me try going up. Hang on. Wait, what? How did it move do you see that? When I grab this and move the stairs up, it moves the fireplace over there and rotates it. Interesting. Okay. It's also not going to fit there. Okay, never mind. That's all right. That's right. We're playing. We're working it out. So I'm thinking the other option is the stairs kind of go in the middle of the room. So there and, well, that's actually kind of an awkward spot. So maybe there for the upper level. So it's on the side. And then it would have to go down there. So this is our other option. But it does mean that the door is just kind of, maybe we need to do a different door. Like maybe that isn't the go. Because this kind of makes sense either as a hallway or probably more usefully a bathroom. So then you end up having this sort of sitting area here. And then I'd do like an archway here that goes to the kitchen and dining. So it's less open, but maybe that makes more sense. Okay, I decided to just spend some time to figure out the layout because it always gets a little confusing. But this is where I'm at. So this is the ground floor, or I guess basement, where we have the stairs coming down here. And then this will be like a secondary sitting room, maybe more like teen-focused games room kind of space. It'll still be like a living room. I don't think we'll have a TV upstairs, so maybe the TV can be down here. And then we have 2 bedrooms, one here, and then a bathroom in the middle. So they'll both use that bathroom there. They actually both have built-in wardrobes as well, because I kind of had an awkward space left over. So I figured put a wardrobe there, and then there's one there behind the stairs. We also do have a little bit of access to the sort of covered veranda from here and here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. If I'm gonna do anything, maybe just seats, I don't know. But there is access. So, and I think I'll figure out some way to get out here, either if that's just removing one of these or maybe 2 of these. Maybe that one actually, that looks good. Because then you can sort of actually get out from downstairs to the back space. And then upstairs, so this is what I've done. We've got stairs going down, stairs going up. And I was just using the default green color when I was placing them, but I kind of like it. So we might stick with that, I'm not sure. I don't know if it's gonna work because obviously the outside is blue. So I don't know if you're doing blue and green. I don't know. Anyway, this is kind of what we're at. I kept these doors here, and then we have those 2 armchairs. And then in the kitchen, this is kind of what I was thinking, because it didn't really work. This is one big room. So I've sort of done the half wall in the middle. I might do some more columns or whatever. And I've changed the door to be smaller, because having the large one there, it meant there was no room for kitchen counters and all that. So I've changed it to smaller windows, little door there, which I think still works. You know, it doesn't look too weird with the different window heights and all that, because mostly you'll be viewing it like this, or you'd be probably playing like this, maybe like this, but even that, I think that looks fine. And we still have that smaller 2 square bathroom in there. Or I guess 4 square technically. Then moving up, this is what I did with the stairs. They sort of go up and then sort of curve back on themselves. So basically we just have stairs stacked all the way up. And actually there's a spandrel here because I think if I remove that, yeah, the floor comes back just there. So then it kind of looked weird just having floor under the stairs. So I actually split this into 2 separate rooms, although it should still work even without this, but I don't know why it wasn't. Oh, never mind, I did it. Anyway, so yeah, I wanted the stairs like that. I had to redo the roof because the roof looks exactly the same, but I had to do it in smaller pieces because, I need to put that piece back actually. Because if you have the roof in the larger piece, it actually sort of comes inside of the room like that because of the glitch. I don't know why I'm doing that. It is a glitch. It's been in there since 2014. But yeah, if you have a room completed on any side with anything other than a full wall, so it has to be a full wall, roof will show up inside of it for some reason. So like, it doesn't matter. The only way that the roof you can see disappears is if all sides of a room is a wall. If we even have just one piece of fence, like let's say I put one piece of fence right there, the roof pops inside, which I guess in this case makes sense because it makes it look outside. But if I did it even inside here, for some reason, that means the roof comes in. So that same thing happens here in this case, which means that's why I had to make the roof in smaller pieces. And in fact, let me just fix this bit here. There we go, that's a bit better. Yeah, so then on this floor, this is just another bedroom, and then there'll be an ensuite bathroom there. I'm thinking maybe this is the main bedroom. And then on the top floor, I also had to adjust the top floor and the roof because originally we had the roof like that sticks up and over as one roof piece. So it was more like that one, as you remember. But that meant actually playing in the room was super annoying. You can see these roofs still kind of get in the way, but not nearly as bad. Because if I go back to the original, I'll just show it. So something like this, okay? Then we start playing in this level. The roof, if you have cutaway walls, looks like this. It's super annoying. You have to put the walls fully down, which I don't love. So I wanted to be able to play like this. The other thing it does, you can see these walls, actually the same painted color as the roof wall, and we can't change that, otherwise it changes the roof. So I put it together into individual pieces, and then I also gave the top a curve just because it looked a little bit nicer. So I don't know, it looks a little bit softer. So then we're gonna curve at the top, and then that means we can play in this room with a little bit more ease and it's not as goofy. Now this I think will be another bedroom because if I got 2 down here, so we're saying 3 teens, right? I'm figuring we just give each of them their own space. And that means one of them is gonna go all the way up here. So I think I'll do another bathroom up here as well. The problem is, because I like these windows. So if I put a wall here, it actually like just deletes the window because it's like one big window. But maybe I can just use move objects and put it there and it'll look all right. Does that even provide light? It doesn't actually give light into this room. But if I put it there, it does split it like perfectly. And I don't think it looks weird, which is good. So I think I'll do this. I think that works. I'll just have to do a light in there because that window is not gonna provide any light. But I think that's probably the best use of this weird space. So I think we'd probably do like a sink there, toilet either here or here, and then shower or whatever, you know, that should work. Annoyingly, we do have a little bit of a railing glitch there coming through the wall. Not much I can do about that unless we just move where that wall is, which actually I could do this. So we just do that. So it does mean it has like a thing like that. I mean, I guess you still see it through that wall, but whatever. And then this, likewise downstairs, we could grab the built-in wardrobe and do the same thing up here. It does mean we have a bunch of doors right here, but I mean, I guess, is that a terrible thing? Well, it is actually because none of them match, so. All right, well, whatever. I'm just gonna go with that for now. We'll probably change it as we come through. Okay, so I think that works. So we got bedroom, bathroom there, bedroom, bathroom there. Living room, kitchen, dining, a little small bathroom, and then outdoor entertaining. Downstairs, another living room, and then 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom there. That makes sense. There's at least 1 bathroom on each level, which actually I think there is only 1 bathroom on each level, which is perfect. Because it'd be really annoying being up here and needing to go to the toilet, but it works. So there we go. I think that makes sense. And I do like this flooring, so I'm just gonna use this as like my default flooring, and then if we wanna change flooring per room, we can. I kinda like this being possibly base game and cats and dogs only. Is that a good idea? Like, I feel like we could make that happen. Obviously, some of these pieces of furniture I just plonked down quickly were from other packs. I guess I would have to change this door then. And these curtains, I guess. Oh, and I guess these doors. But that's kind of it. Maybe it's worth trying to do that. Oh, of course, all the wardrobes I put in. Okay. That's kind of annoying, but we can work around that. It just means we don't have the built-in wardrobes. Okay, well, I'm gonna remove the walls for now so I remember to utilize those spaces, whether we do something clever or not. Oh no, all my screen, oh wait, the screens is probably the most heinous one. Hang on. Do we have another option? Oh, there is these. But they don't really fit as well or look as good. Okay, maybe we do Base game, island living, and cats and dogs. Because then we get the screens. Oh, and also get together and the wardrobes. All right, I'm going to do that. We're going to keep those things because those are like, well, especially this. I feel like the screen was kind of a key element. I don't want to get rid of that. And I don't think anything else is going to look as good. All right, I mean, let's try another combo. Okay, yeah, this combination of packs is better because that means we keep the wardrobe, we keep the screens, but it does mean I don't have the greenhouse kit where we had the doors here. So I've just changed those out, which is fine. So that's the only one. So that means we're only using island living, cats and dogs, and get together, which I think is pretty good. And we should be able to make a pretty sweet house. So I guess why don't we just go ahead and work on the living room, see what we can do in here. Now, I put this down as a test couch a long time ago, but honestly, it's kind of working, especially with the green stairs. And do we just go cats and dogs vibes throughout, or do we, I mean, that looks scratchy, you know, it's like a wicker kind of rug. We do also have a fireplace there, so I guess I have to be mindful of that. Not to do something too flammable in here. Ooh, this looks good. I got distracted. I went over to bookcases. So this is a nice bookcase for that space, I reckon. I'm wondering, I think I might downsize. I was thinking about it a while ago. I might downsize that arch because it feels too big with it right against the wall there, especially if I'm putting a table there. So I think if we go to this one, it's still like wider than a regular single door arch, but it's not like massive. And I think I'll do, oh, no, I guess I'll leave it white because we've got white trims on the wall there. Okay, could do like a little bar. Oh, the globe bar. Because I was thinking, yeah, like a drink setup would be good, but I can't do like a full bar. Even this is pretty big. I mean, the other option is we have like a bar out here. We could even do like, kind of like in this spot. It's kind of annoying though that I put the stairs right there. Because I like it there because it's kind of near where the kitchen is. I suppose I could put it down this end. I don't know if that's a bit awkward, but I kind of like it because then we can have some seating. Wait, what? Oh, Adventure Awaits decking. Dang it. My beautiful deck from Adventure Awaits. It's all right, we can use this one. I don't know if I love that shoved up against the wall, but I can't, if I move it there, then it's just, I can't put anything there. And I don't think this room is big enough to have it here to have a walkway. I mean, like I can do it, but I think it just starts feeling like the room is kind of squished in more. Like it kind of seems like it makes less sense to do that. Maybe it doesn't, I don't know. I think that makes more sense. All right, that's quite a cute little room. I still think I want to do a rug, but I don't know if it's gonna work with the fireplace being right there. Like it'll work, but like if I wanted to have it sort of lined up with the seating, it has to kind of be there. So then I have to move coffee table there, which I guess works. Surprisingly, I don't hate that. I don't know, maybe it looks dumb. And I want to move it this way a little bit because then I can align it with those chairs. I don't know if I love it, but I don't hate it. And I think that's the key. All right, living room's looking pretty cute. Let's change the lighting in there though, because that ain't it. The classic little older light is always nice. And it's actually very bright, so I think it works really well. What did I do for the ceiling? Nothing. I thought I had this on the ceiling, or maybe I didn't. Well, clearly I didn't. I think the cats and dogs one, this one, in that lighter color as the ceiling. So it's maybe I don't know. We'll double check what it actually looks like. But so it kind of matches the flooring, but is not as defined in texture. We'll have a look, see what it looks like. And actually all the ceilings of the deck need to be that as well. So I'll do that too. So if I go in here, let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's nice. What do we reckon? That's a cute little room. What happened to my railing? Is it just because I'm in tab mode? Hang on. Oh yeah, okay, good. It's still there. Yeah, I think that's nice. Okay, the kitchen area is gonna be a little bit interesting because I kind of just slapped all this stuff in here. First of all, I'm not going to use that island living table, even though we do have island living available. I don't know, whenever I build a cats and dogs house, I kind of just feel like using all the cats and dog stuff, which I guess makes sense. So the actual kitchen layout, first of all, so I was thinking the fridge would just go here, so it's like in this little gap I left. I don't know if I love it here, but let's see. It does make that space feel very small. So I actually might just move it back one. Well, the fridge, I think either has to go like basically where it is, or I think it has to go here in that corner instead. Maybe it's maybe practically speaking in real life, I probably wouldn't do this because a door that opens into the fridge and the fridge opens, it just doesn't make sense. But I think in Sims, we can do what we want. The other thing we could do, let me put it back, is maybe just make this shorter. So instead this goes to here and then this doesn't feel as cramped anymore and it's a little bit more open. We still get that sort of shape and the separation between the two spaces. Maybe that just makes more sense. And in fact, I might even be able to bring that back out to where it was. Because yeah, that doesn't feel too small now, which is good. And I'm wondering, what if we do this? This could be unprecedented for me, personally, not in general. And then you have the bin there, like look at that. Genius. That's now just lined up with the edge of that, which makes more sense, so it's a little bit neater. And then the bin's over there. Okay, I spent way too long on that. I'm gonna cut out all of that. Okay, so then I'm thinking, I wanna put the sink here probably. A farmhouse sink would be perfect there, but I don't think in the combination of packs I have that we have that. So I'll just do this one. Kind of wish it lined up with that window, but it's not going to, and we're not going to figure out how to do that unless I just do this. I could just do that. Maybe I'll do that. It just looks infinitely better. Okay, that goes there. Then over here, I think, yeah, this will be the stove, I reckon. I think that makes the most sense. And I guess I'll just match that. I'll do like a range hood above it. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know what's going on with the lighting in here. I'm pretty sure all of these should be the same color, right? The lightwood color, and then yeah, that's also the lightwood color. I mean, obviously the wall trim's gonna be different, but all of those three colors look vastly different. It's kind of nuts. I'll do that one, actually. That one looks a bit better. Okay. The lighting makes it look kind of weird, but I think it works. Although maybe not, maybe the table actually doesn't work. I don't know if I like that. Maybe that for the table. I think that works. Ooh, we get some nice light through there at night. Okay. There's not much going on in the kitchen, but that's kind of a good thing. There's room. Like, it's not like super cramped. We could do, oh, we could do like pet bowls over here, actually. I think this is maybe a good spot. I'll just do one because, I don't know, you might have more than one pet, but I'll just do one. I always use the auto feeder. Oh, actually, it kind of makes more sense here. You know what? Let me do it there. And blue. There you go. Little auto feeder right there. Makes sense. Beautiful. Then we could do a pet bed. I like blue. I'm just doing small ones. If you want a big pet, good luck. You're gonna have to figure out how to fit it in. Okay, this is interesting. I have to do a bathroom without sleek bathroom stuff installed. Pretty crazy, right, folks? Could use a cats and dogs $1,200 toilet if we want. I think that's maybe a little overkill. I'm gonna use a John. Good day, my name's John. I don't know, it's been a while. I've been recording a long time today, folks. Maybe we could just use this, a little sink section too. What does that look like? There's a blue one, which actually does work. Is that in the right spot? Oh yeah, it is. I think that works. Like, I think the door can still open there. It's maybe a little, you know what? I might actually flip the door the other way. Normally you'd want a door to like open into a room to make it bigger, but I'm wondering for the bathroom, maybe it makes more sense to open to the toilet. So if someone's sitting on the toilet, you can like stop the door opening. These are the things I think about. I don't think it really matters. I don't actually know which way you'd do it in real life. Like, I think that makes sense in real life, but again, it also means that the room with the door opening that way is technically smaller, but it's a bathroom, so I don't think it really matters. So I don't know, do whatever you want. This is really fun. I mean, I feel like I kind of built a house like this recently, because we kind of did. It was was it the My First Pet Stuff build, this one? Yeah, because we did 2 cats and dogs builds, unrelated to each other. They just happened to be in the same world. Oh, actually, I might have chosen to do this one here. But this one, because I had to use My First Pet Stuff. And then why did I build on this lot? Maybe did I choose that lot on purpose, or did I randomize it? Anyway, the sort of living space. Did I do a green kitchen in that one? I've used the same dining table. That's funny. Actually, I want to look at that. Oh, actually, I don't have all the packs. Never mind. The whole living room is My First Pet Stuff. But yeah, I really like this style. It's like cute and cozy. It's nice. All right, let's do the second living room down here, which I think we'll do a different color because otherwise everything's gonna end up looking the same. And this is kind of more of a, I don't want to say like den, but you know, because down in the basement, the teens are gonna be hanging out down here. Oh, I've chosen the same wallpaper. The teens are gonna be hanging out down here. So I want to do something different. All right, well, this room, I definitely want a TV in here. So how are we going to get a TV in here? You're going to come in here, you're hanging out. Maybe we can get the TV over in the corner. I think that makes sense. So why don't we get because, you know, we're retrofitting this room to be like a TV room. Now, I don't want to use the same couch because we got the same couch up there. Let's not use that. Kind of an interesting color. Do we have a matching armchair to this or no? Well, hang on. Does this have matching colors then? Because if I go to that, like some of these, are these the same? Yeah, this is the same set. They don't actually match though, which is kind of annoying. Like it's the same swatch palette, but they do not match. Kind of sucks, but does that, maybe that makes it better. Now, how do I want to lay this out? Because I feel like I want to center it over the TV. We still want the fireplace. And I think we'll do like some game setup over here. Let's have a look. Like a foosball table. I got that like there. Move this back a little bit. I do like, actually that's probably a good wall for darts. Like it's a little funny that it's like in front. I wish, is there one that doesn't have the line on the floor? I don't think so. I think they all have the line. Because I kind of like that being like a dart wall because it doesn't matter. It's just like shingles. That's actually a good spot for it. I might move this back a little bit just so you're not right there. I reckon movie posters would be cool down here. Does it make sense to have it hanging over like the paneling though? Like I feel like in real life that obviously have dimension to it, so it wouldn't really work. I'm wondering if maybe I should change maybe this wall to like full height. And then I do some cool movie posters on this wall. I think 3 is good. I think any more is too much. It's a little bit of fun. Does this make sense this way? Maybe it looks better. I'm gonna put this behind the couch. Might be weird, but I also don't want to push the couch all the way back because then it's gonna be way too far away. But it means if you have something behind the couch, I don't actually know that we have any like plates or cups as clutter, do we? In the combination of packs we have, but that's what I'd put behind there is like, you'd have your drinks or whatever, your snacks. Now these are snacks, but they're doggy snacks, so Maybe we could put those. Oh, we could do another cookie jar. That's all we've got. It is a little brown in here though. It's surprising how brown I'm making these rooms. Yellow's kind of nice. Is that too out there though? But it does just pop and it kind of looks a little bit nicer. Otherwise it's a little bit boring. I'll just do yellow. Why not? The teen hangout, that's kind of their space. You know, they made it theirs. That makes sense. So then we got a couple of bedrooms. Green. I'm gonna do green bedroom there. Why not? And maybe a blue. Yeah, why not? Kind of got a grandma vibe to them, but you know, it is what it is. You get what you pay for. You're living here for free, all right? Under my roof, my rules. So the idea is this house is for 3 teenagers and an adult, so I guess we just sort of go with that. These rooms are also massive too, so I don't think I need to shy away from like huge beds and all that. So the door is there, and the bed can go right there. We've already got a wardrobe. Ooh, I like this, the pride picture with this bed actually. It's really cute. I don't know if I want it right above the bed though. I feel like, oh, maybe above the desk. You know, I feel like we need to spread stuff out a little bit. I'm kind of liking the pink and the green, like the subtle green on the wall. I don't know why, I kind of like it a little bit, just so it's sort of not underneath that. I'm not gonna also give them a TV. I'm very tempted to put a TV over there on that wall, but I think we got a TV, you know. We like to be, you know, communal in this house, you know, have the kids actually come out and talk to each other. Do I want to do curtains on these? Because the other rooms I didn't do it because they were busy, but I mean curtains, colors. You could do the pink on those actually, it's kind of nice. Or is it ghastly? I don't know, I'm having fun with it. I'm gonna just do a couple posters above the bed too. I don't know, just sort of bring it down a little bit so it's not as like formal looking. Because it's still like a kid's room effectively. Not kid, but you know what I mean. Like, I know we've already got a wardrobe right there, but it's kind of blank in here, so I don't know what else to put in here. I kind of know, I was gonna put like activities in here, like a guitar or something, but I'm like, I kind of feel like, well, maybe I'll do a guitar. But, or like an easel, but then I was like, well, an easel will probably make more sense outside anyway, so. But this room can have a guitar, there you go, why not? Enjoy. It's pretty simple, but I don't know that I really need to add anything else in here. I might add another wall light though, like over this side, it's a little dark. But I mean, I think that's kind of all we need, right? Because it's always that thing, like if you are actually downloading this house to play with it, you're probably gonna change what's in the room anyway. Like not substantially so, but like maybe if that particular sim likes a specific activity or whatever, you might swap it out. So I don't wanna go like too crazy in there. Get rid of that light, I don't think I need it. All right, then this one over here, a little bit of a smaller room. It's quite embarrassing, frankly, that someone has to sleep in this room. No, I'm kidding, it's still massive. It's massive. It is a little awkward though, because we've got doors on both sides now, so I guess the bed kind of has to go in the middle. Is that weird though? It is weird. I mean, I guess I could do a single bed. It doesn't have to be a double bed, it's just such a big room. Or we could do something like this. Maybe I'll do this. We'll go like a double bed, and maybe we'll imagine this as like a younger teen, so we'll maybe like skew even like almost like kids' room. Okay, I think that's probably good. I might just do a couple more wall decorations. So you can see it's kind of like, you're like, oh, it's kind of a kid's room, but it's not really, because there's not really any toys in here besides the Bluffy, but I kind of imagine this used to be like the little toy area. So if you wanted to add it back in, you easily could, or like easily sort of convert it into a kid's room. That's kind of the idea. That's kind of cute. There's nothing about the bed or anything, but I think that's all right. So I think that then completes the downstairs, or the lower level and the mid-level, except we obviously haven't done anything outside. We'll get to the outside. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I like this little sort of recreation room here, the rumpus room, if you will. It's like the teen hangout space. So then the mid-level, I think, I guess it's kind of weird because I think this room is smaller than this one, but I would still say it's like the main bedroom because they got their own level. It's got an ensuite right there. And I don't want to put the main bedroom all the way up the top because that kind of seems annoying for, you know, why would you pick that as the main bedroom being that high up? So I think this will be our main bedroom and then this will be the extra teens room up the top. We're gonna do the cats and dogs bed. That probably makes sense, right? Because I could put it on this wall where the fireplace would go. And if I don't put a fireplace in, that makes the most sense because it's like on that wall, there's no windows on that wall, there's no doors in that wall, so it's kind of out of the way. It's a good spot. I think it makes sense. I still need to do a dresser somewhere, which I think would probably have to go over here or over here. But yes, I think this bed, I like that rich wood color actually. Maybe we can utilize that. Wait, hang on. That stripy pattern kind of looks similar color patterns to this. I'm not gonna do both on the wall and the floor, but I kind of like that because it's kind of bring that in. I did change the floor color, but I don't know if that's kind of weird considering that's the only room with that wood floor. Maybe I would do that then, and then put the walls could go back to that. I kind of do like it. It's kind of growing on me. I'm not completely sold yet, but I'm getting there. It's kind of fancy. It's kind of fancy. Do we slide that out a bit, do you reckon? Have it on the end like that? It might actually look better there. Okay, okay. Alrighty. I think we need something nice above the bed. Maybe one of these. It's kind of boring, but it kind of like is the right kind of boring. Now this room I think could have a TV in it. I wasn't doing it in the, we'll do a big one there. And we'll see if we can get like a vanity somewhere else. I wasn't doing it in the other rooms for the teens because I feel like, I don't know. I don't think the teens deserve their own TVs. Teen Vs, if you will. Sorry, I apologize. No, I definitely don't need lamps over there. There's lights above them. I'm just thinking I need to put something there because I really hate that sticking through the wall. And that one does actually. Hang on. I got all different wood colors going here. I got like white, I got like light color. This one, can this be maybe, dang it, that's a different, that's white. I guess it just has to be. Let me get some curtains. I think I'll do probably similar kind of thing, do you reckon? I don't know. Good question. Just go like to one of the kids sort of themed ones. They don't really work in here, I don't think. Actually, we got these things. What do these look like on the outside of the house? Not that it's a replacement for curtains, but just as for like extra detail. Yeah, I kind of like that. Has a little bit more detail. It was kind of interesting. Sure. Okay, back into here. Okay, get a little distracted. Gotta be honest, this room is kind of boring. Like, I mean, why are adults so boring? You know what I mean? What the heck? Let's do because we don't have the vanity, which is from, I think in the Butler's pack, right? I don't know if it also came in anything else, but we're just gonna make our own vanity, which obviously they can't actually sit at this and do makeup or anything. What am I doing? Where's my mirrors? But that's kind of what this is supposed to be, right? I do a tissue box as well. Imagine those are makeup wipes, not a tissue box, okay? All right, that's cute. Little vanity, got to dress it there. Kind of a blank space over here. There you go. Perfect. I think that's fine. Cool. And then the bathroom, I think I'll do a wall light as well. Why not? Treat myself. Okay, so we got to do our John. G'day, I'm John. Was that John's voice before? I don't really remember. I know we gave it a voice. I'm going to slide it into the wall a little bit at the back. So it cuts less of the window. So it fits a bit better. All right, so Johnny boy can go back over here, I reckon. And then we grab our sink and then we get in the hand towel about there. Get our toilet paper in. And we're back in business, folks. No problems. Easy. I'm gonna get rid of that light in the hallway. I'm gonna put in, I think, just this. Or we could just do the wall light. Maybe the wall light makes more sense. Oh, it's a little dim, actually. Oops, hang on. We'll use this one. Put it on the landing there because it lights it up pretty nicely. Okay, so then that's completed the mid-level floor, the main bedroom, the main suite. Pretty nice. I think this is coming together pretty well. It's taken me a long time, but it's working. All right, I'm just gonna do this bathroom because it's gonna be more of the same exact thing. So, and there we go, beautiful. All right, so this bedroom is all the way at the top of the house. I kind of feel like maybe this is the oldest kid or the oldest teenager. We're way at the top. Maybe it should even be, maybe not that like attic-y looking, but maybe even more like it's kind of, you're like up in the attic, like we added this room more recently or something. I don't know. Because it's like way up there on the roof, you know, it's like it's up here. It kind of looks like it's been added on. Could we do a chimney in this room? Well, if this is the oldest kid, I feel like they're going to have a double bed. I mean, they don't have to. Although actually speaking, we're getting a double mattress in here. I mean, you could do it, especially these days where you can get them like in boxes, but still it'd be super annoying. Anyway, we could use this bed again. This is quite nice. So let me just imagine we have a fireplace there. If it was to be there, the bed would have to go, it'd have to go like over here. Because it can't go that wall because that's why we've got all the doors in the wardrobe. Yeah, double bed doesn't really work. Okay, let's forget the fireplace. I liked the idea of having a fireplace on each of the floors, but it's just not gonna work because it's the way the room layouts are and all that. It ain't it. All right, well this one up the top, do we want to use this? I do like this bed, but I feel like I used my favorite color already on it. Maybe this room can be the rocker kid. Like they got all the sweet musical instruments and everything. I'm gonna do like a microphone, you know, practice some singing, your heavy metal. Well, that's an acoustic guitar. Heavy metal, there you go. Good. Electric, well actually, no, that's still an acoustic guitar. Hang on, there is an electric guitar, isn't there? I guess this, maybe, I don't know. Am I crazy? Wait, why did I think there was an electric guitar? I mean, I guess it still could be. Whatever, fine, not heavy metal. Beautiful acoustic, a cappella. Very artsy, you know, very, very meaningful. I mean, it's like a pretty cool room up here. The computer, like musical instruments. I think if we can have like a little sitting area here with a TV, that'd be sick. And then we want to do a games console. We have the retro one, but that's from the event. Where's the one, like the normal one? Did the consoles not come in base game? Am I crazy? Oh my gosh, they came in City Living. It's not a, why did I think it was a base game thing? And Adventure Awaits, of course. Oh. Okay, well, I will use this one then. It's from the Cozy Celebrations event, so I guess if you don't have it, Okay, I just want to put it on the floor though, please. No, no, okay. Well, it is what it is. I'm not putting city living in here just for just for the games console. I'm actually surprised by that. I guess I should know that, but I really don't use the consoles that often that I realized that they weren't base game. I mean, that's pretty good. I think that's maybe all I'll do up here. You get the idea. So I got like this sort of teen retreat up here, computer, games console, TV, all that kind of stuff. This house actually has no stereos in it anyway either, by the way. All right, well, with that, we've finally finished the inside. There's not too much to do outside. I mean, there is stuff to do outside because I've got nothing outside right now. But like out the front, for example, I'm thinking we just have a little bench over this side. We got the shoe rack on that side. We'll bench there. Actually, they're like the light wood color. And then we're gonna do, but we will get some plants around. Well, maybe I'll get a couple of those. I won't overdo it with those ones, otherwise it'll start looking samey. All right, so down here, what are we doing down here? Can I get these bricks? I could do bricks like that. I'm thinking we just get some plants down here maybe, like around the screens. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not gonna go all the way around, but I think maybe like this section here. Oh, it's a little too big. It's kind of annoying. Different plants on this side, just like that. And then we could do, have a look, make sure it's not blocking the house and all that. I can get like a tree there, and we get some nice like lavender like bushes out the front, and just like general foliage. Cause I don't think we need anything out the front here, like just you know, bushes or whatever is totally fine. Ooh, that looks really nice in that lighting there. Yeah. I don't want to do all the terrain painting now because the game has a tendency to just want to delete all the terrain painting. So hang on, let me go to nighttime. Some lights down here. We also do have access to the screened-in porch down here, but I don't really know what I'm gonna do in here. Animal stuff. We could do like a litter box somewhere actually, because we do have the pet bowl up here. We have a pet bed. I should get a few more maybe. Well, that's a good idea actually. I've got all this space in here. I like the blue too. There's one there. Maybe one down in this room as well. Actually, yeah, there's all these kind of empty spaces. Perfect for pet stuff. Anyway, so if we're planning for a cat, I always like the ones that, do these both do the same thing by the way? The automatic ones? Because this one's more expensive. It uses lasers. But this one also empties it, but it doesn't look as crazy as that one. So I'm wondering if maybe this one. Actually, this would be great for cats, because, well, not that bit, but all this, because it's like screened in really nicely. So it's like safe to keep the cat, like they can sort of go semi outside, but it's like safe. Again, except for that bit, but ignore that. Imagine that's a door. I suppose I could actually put a door there. Actually, I could do the matching door, right? Now it's cat friendly. Look at that. Whole screen in porch down here. That's actually kind of sick. Maybe we could do like a cat tree in here. I'd probably like put it against that screen maybe, like there. It's actually kind of funny because I'm working on another build right now that also has a screened in cat area. This is completely coincidental that I thought of doing it for this one too. Maybe not wide. Wide is, it's too wide. Need some more like outdoor plant. I mean, there's like this, but there's so many of those. All right, so we got that sort of space under there. It's probably got no light though at nighttime, does it? Actually, it's not too bad because it's got the light coming from inside. So actually maybe that's all right. Although I guess if you turn off the lights inside, then maybe we should get some of these. Okay, so then if you turn off the lights inside, there's still some lights out there. All right, so we've got a couple of cat things there now. That's pretty good. And then up here, I don't need to put anything, I think, around the side there, but around the back, this is where we're gonna have like an entertaining? I was gonna say entertainment, then I changed to entertaining space. So there's an entertaining space. Well, I was gonna do some stools there. Maybe then what we could do, because what I was thinking, we don't need like that much seating, but if we go, so bar stool, we definitely want some bar seating, because I think this cannot be wide. It's just, it's so bland. Kind of hard to tell with the color with the sunlight on it like that. Because I was thinking we have some bar stools and then we could have some seats that just sort of face outward like this. Like we don't need a table fully in the center, you know? Maybe more like that, just so it all matches itself. And if those go to there. Okay, and then what I was thinking, I don't have a lot of packs, but we should still have oh God, we have this hot tub. Okay. Well, actually, you know what? Does it have a matching roof texture? No, it's all scalloped. Oh no, those are metal ones. Oh, actually, that one does match, although it's got plumb bobs all over it. It's kind of annoying. Okay, maybe we won't do a hot tub there. I like the idea of a hot tub there, but I think it's not gonna work that well. We do want a barbecue though, for sure. I think that's kind of the whole point of this space out here. In fact, I might do it over here. It is under the roof, but you know, we imagine that they add ventilation, don't we, folks? We imagine. We have an imagination here. Because I also like it being right there, because it's like, you know, right by the kitchen, super easy to walk out, do your stuff, etc. In fact, can I do a counter here? Because we got the barbecue there. I'm thinking like we just have a couple more counter spaces here. I'm gonna like build it into the barbecue, so it's kind of part of it. I like that. I don't think I'll do anything out here in the counters or on the counters. Or we could do some decorative clutter maybe, but just like maybe some utensils or something, like you're getting ready to Like you wouldn't leave them out there all the time, but maybe you're getting ready, you know, you're getting ready to prep stuff. So that there, and then maybe on this section then, instead of a hot tub, though you could add one if you wanted to, we'll just do some lounge chairs, I reckon. Not in white, I'm gonna change it. A little plant pot there. I feel like we need more greenery out here. It's kind of rough. That's pretty big is the problem. Oh, I can move it over. We actually have quite a bit of space here. I don't know if that looks kind of weird though, but anyway, maybe I'll just do that. We'll just roll, you know, we'll roll with it. All right, let me get some more of these little outside lights. Get one over here by the barbecue area. I guess, oh, I don't really have room here for a light, actually. I might need to do a ceiling light. Could just do like a little spotlight. Cool, that did nothing. I put it in there and it did nothing. Okay, so I think we're done with the like sort of outside decks and all that, which is pretty cool. I think I want to do a pool down here somewhere. I'm just trying to figure out how we want to do it. If I want to do it here, if it's maybe in this section. Not like a massive pool. Or like, is it back here? Maybe it's just here. And I'm thinking we do a fence around it because you know we're safety first here. Do we do that same fence down here? I think it might not look great if I do that. Maybe the glass fence, but maybe with it's got like a blue pole. Or is it blue or is it just gray? Looks pretty good. And then at the back, maybe that one could be. Oh, actually, we could even just do it like it's just like a hedgerow. It sort of blends in with the. Whoops, blends in with like the landscaping. Yeah, and then we'll do some terrain painting. That'll work. Nice lavender, you know, there you go. Little shrubs and ferns. Nice bush, a little bit of hydrangea. Yeah, there's our original tree. I might just move the tree more like there. Again, we'll clean up all the landscaping and stuff. And then our gate. Oh, the gates are not they're not a great choice, are they? Why is this the gate that goes with it? I guess I'll put it here because then that's kind of where the bin is. So I'm thinking, I don't know about this floor. I just kind of did that. I guess maybe I should be using like that. So it kind of matches the front. Do that instead. Yeah, that probably makes more sense. I was gonna have the bin like up on its own thing, but I think it probably should just be all bricked. It makes more sense to do it like that. But I think what I then will do is maybe do stepping stones down the side so we don't have to take this brick all the way down the side. Otherwise, I think it might be a little overwhelming. I think what I might do here though, well, I know the bin is I like it tucked under there, but I don't know if it's gonna work there. So I might actually just move it here. And then I'm gonna clear that section out. And then we'll do some more plants here. A bit more lavender. I could do more under there, but I think I'll just do that. And then I wanna get the stepping stones, which I think I should be able to get. Here we go, with better build by. This will make it a lot easier. I'm actually not sure if I've done these too far apart. I suppose, so these stepping stones are from Bitey Bug, but you can also use the ones from Get Together, which is just like a perfect circle one, which I guess are easier to place if you don't want to use cheats, but I guess I'm just using these for now. Quite like them. A little bit more natural looking, and I think I'll just have this come around to the front here. Okay, that's looking cool. And then maybe just here, is there like, I mean, we could do this, but we don't have any kids though, but does that matter? Nah, we'll just put it in anyway. Okay, so then let's go ahead and do some terrain painting. I guess I should actually do a few more shrubs and stuff around the place. It's a little bit barren over this side. Like nothing crazy, just a couple of shrubs around the place, just so it doesn't look like an empty block of land. I think that does the trick. And we'll do some more stuff around the pool in a second. I'm gonna do the terrain painting and hopefully it saves it because sometimes it does not. What does that one look like? I think that's probably kind of the color and the vibes. I'm gonna use this color. It's kind of in between the size I wanna do. I guess this is all right. It's like a fine gravel sort of around the stepping stones. And then they were using this sort of almost sandy dirt texture, which are they using this one? Which one are they using? No, I think they're actually using, nope, this one, nope, this one, this one. Okay, they're using this texture quite a lot, so I'm gonna sort of replicate that. And I'll do some darker dirt as well, not just the lighter color one. And then we shall get out some dirt. I'm gonna go smarter soil, just a little bit under there. Just a little bit darker here and there in a few spots. Maybe like right in the middle of these like larger areas. Okay, I think that's cute. All right, so then back over to the pool, because I didn't quite finish that. I kind of just put it in there and be like, what about here? And then I left. So let's finish this. I'm gonna could have a diving board, why not? Really diving platform. Bit of fun. And the pool ladder, I guess just over here somewhere. I might do it there. And then maybe we can get like, because I had a bench around the front, maybe one of those down here too. We'll bench in here. I don't know if there's anything else I need to place in here. I don't think so. I think that'd be fine. So we just got a little pool area. Cute. All right, so I think that's good. I didn't choose any colors of this. I don't know if I need to. We could do blue though. Yeah, go on then. I think that's our house, which is pretty cool. So that was fun. Just a good old fashioned house build, nothing in particular, but I think it turned out really well. Like I really like the screen porch. I like going up onto the second floor and we've got, you know, the 4 bedrooms And I think 4 bathrooms as well. So yeah, as a reminder, we come up here to the front porch. We come into the living space, which is quite, nice and respectable. Got a nice coach bag there. Shh, don't tell anyone about it. It's a sneaky one. Little cat bed there. This is where we hang out. It's very formal and civilized. Got a chest table in there. Little powder closet there. Through this archway, we go to the dining and kitchen space. Nice open kitchen. Plenty of space in there. The colors here is kind of annoying me. But these are the same color. The lighting is messing that up, so just ignore that. Anyway, dining space there, looking good. And then, of course, you go out onto the balcony, which we've just done. You've just seen that. We don't need to have a look at that too closely. Downstairs, we head to a glitched archway. Let's just fix that. Go into like the recreation or rumpus room, if you will, that the teenagers that live in this house use. Dartboards, TVs, fireplace, foosball. You got it all. You got it all, folks. And then we got our first bedroom we did down here, which I think is really cute. Okay, glitched window. Don't worry about that. Built-in wardrobe. Got a little guitar, computer. And then across the hallway, we've got the other bedroom, which kind of could skew to a kid's room. It was technically teen. So there's no toys in here except for the giant dog. But you could easily either dress this up, not dress up, but like age it up into a teenager or age it down into a kid. Kind of gives you options. And then we've got the bathroom just there. Moving up to the middle floor, we've got the main bedroom, a little bit classier with a glitched window, of course. I don't know why we have so many of those right now, but we do. And a homemade vanity because we don't have the butler kit. Butler stuff pack? Oh gosh. I'm even forgetting that they're called stuff packs because we haven't had one in a billion years. Anyway, TV there, a little ensuite bathroom in the middle, and we've got the stairs like snaking up. I like the way the stairs turned out in the end. That goes all the way up to the top level. There's nothing really in these hallways, by the way. I didn't do anything because there's not much room. This comes into another teens room. A little bit more character in this one, I guess. Like more sort of pushing into like the musical hangout, masculine video games and all that kind of stuff. A little bit of fun, graffiti decoration, and an ensuite bathroom, of course. So there you go. I don't know what this house is called. The default name was Sporting Space, but that's not what it's going to be called. But honestly, I think this turned out really well. It took me a long time. It's been many, many hours. But considering we based it off that house in the background and the other one, I think I had a lot of fun doing this. And actually, doing that fully screened in porch downstairs kind of makes me want to try and build like a Queenslander style house from Australia again. I've done them in the past. It's been a while since I've done it though. Anyway, thank you so much to my top level members for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure to leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. And if you do want to download this house, that'll also be linked in the description down below. Reminder, it's only base game, cats and dogs, island living, and get together. Only 4 packs, which I know is saying only, and then it's like 4, but like compared to it could be 100 DLCs. So pretty good. Oh, and also we got the new curvy stairs out the front. Just a fun little detail. Didn't need to do that. Doesn't really add anything. A little bit of fun. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time and have an awesome day.